and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend as well. How many of you guys are on vacation now? Like, not on vacation, but how many of you guys have vacation now, so you're off school and stuff? Do let me know. I'm kind of curious about it, because it is summertime, so I suppose that some of you guys will be on vacation by now, but definitely let me know. So today we're building 3 tiny houses. I actually sat down with the plan of just doing one, like just building one tiny house, but I just looked at the smaller lots in Sulani and thought I've already built on all those lots, so maybe we should try something new. Maybe we should go to one of the other lots that I haven't really looked at yet. So I decided to go for this one, and this is a 30 by 30. The majority of this lot is actually water, which is, I think it's nice, to be honest, that they have different, like, so it's not just half-half on all the water lots. Some of them have more water and some of them may have a little bit more land. And I don't know, it's nice with some variety there. So yes, much appreciated. But this one is like, it's pretty much just water. There's a little stripe of land, as you can see, behind the houses, so that was a bit of a surprise, but I really liked building on this lot. It's a very, very pretty lot, and it's also fun with all the water. Like, it's different, it's still new and shiny and stuff, so plus it's a lot of fun to experiment on these lots as well. But yeah, today we're building these 3 A-frame tiny houses, and I had so much fun with these houses, by the way. As soon as I saw the water lots at EA Play, when I first saw the pack, I just knew that I wanted to build a new A-frame house in this world. So I've built so far, I built one in Granite Falls, which was my very first one. It's very small, it's very cute. And then I built another one just recently in Windenburg, I think, which was a modern A-frame. So today we're building 3 kind of bungalow A-frames, if that makes sense. So I like them. I think they're very cute. I try to make them a little bit different from each other. Obviously, you know, I've swapped out some of the windows in the different houses, so or at least I tried to, because I used mainly stuff from Island Living for these houses, at least for the exterior of the houses. So I'm using the same windows, you know, they're all from the pack, but I tried to place them differently on the houses so that they're not all identical. Plus, the one that's on a diagonal right now will actually be not on a diagonal. If you saw the thumbnail at the start of the video, I don't know what led me to believe that I could build an A-frame on a diagonal. It does not work for me. I don't know if it's just because I couldn't figure it out. I will probably go back at some point and try again, but for this house or for this build, it just was not working. There was something with the roofing, they weren't at the same height or something, so I had to scrap it. I actually considered for a second to turn it into a shack instead that they could use for like a common area or something, so they could have like a TV room in there possibly, or maybe put the laundry room in there. I considered that too. We don't have any laundry on this lot, by the way, so just FYI. You could possibly put the clothesline somewhere and then put the wash tub as well, you know, next to the clothesline. I just did not end up doing that, but I suppose you could find room for it somewhere on the dock or whatever you want to call, like the platform that you're walking on. I don't know what they're called, okay? I'm just building this. I don't know the right terms or anything like that. So I did not end up putting laundry in this build, unfortunately, if you like to play with laundry, but you could definitely find room for both a wash tub and a clothesline somewhere on this lot, I promise you. So anyways, so yeah, I was considering turning that into this sort of like common house, or you know what I mean, like a shared house, so they could have these different practical things in there, like the laundry room and possibly also a kitchen. I considered that too, and also the more, you know, shared areas, maybe like a proper TV setup in there as well. They could fit perfectly in there, but I don't know. I really wanted the 3rd tiny house or the 3rd A-frame house, so I decided to just rotate it so it wasn't on a diagonal, and then I just copy pasted the roofing from one of the other houses that I'd already fixed so that I just could, you know, repaint it, put different textures on it and stuff, so it looked like, so it wouldn't look like the one that I just copy pasted basically. And then I also make sure that the extension looked a little bit different as well, so they all look a little bit different from each other, like I said before. And also color scheme wise, actually, so for the theme for the interior of the different houses, obviously obviously I've used a lot of stuff from Island Living, but I've also used, you know, all the other packs. This is not a pack restricted build. I am still planning on doing one that's just Island Living and base game, so don't worry about that. It will be coming at some point. I just haven't fully decided on what to build yet, but I will be doing one, so if you're waiting for that, don't worry, it is coming. But not today. This is not pack restricted. But I tried to give them different themes. So the first one, we got a musician or something living in there, and then the first one is the yellow one, by the way. I should probably give them numbers or colors. I'm gonna go with the colors. So the yellow one is for a musician. You could have a couple living in there, by the way, because the bed is not up against the wall, so you could have two Sims sleeping in there. And I put a piano in there, and it's very colorful. It's a little bit free. It's still kind of nice, I want to say. By free, I mean like it's cluttered and it's a little bit weird and quirky, I suppose. And then in the White House, or the one with the dark roofing, we have someone who works on computer. I don't know if they're freelance or something, so like a writer possibly. I often feel like I go for writers though. Yeah, a lot of the Sims in my builds are writers, so I kind of want to do something else. I put a computer in there though, so they can work on computers. It's a little bit more stylish in there, I want to say. It's very black and white, and I've also used a little bit of like a light wood tone as well, very inspired by the color on the exterior, as you can see right now. But it's not that you can't have black and white interiors and it's not being like not stylish black-white interior. Does that make sense? You can have non-stylish interior that's also black and white, but I feel like I just tried to make it a little bit more stylish in there. Like they really care about how their little house looks like. It could also be like a vacation home for them. I've thought about that too. So maybe they live in the city or something like that, and if one of them is a writer, because it is for a couple, you could have two Sims sleeping in there, by the way, so it's not just for one Sim. So let's say that one of them is a writer, a freelance writer, and whenever they get an idea for a book or something, they can go out here to Sulani and work in this little house and just like cool off, away from the society and all that stuff, away from the stress of the big city. That could be kind of cool. That could work, right? So I thought about that too, and other than that, I don't know, I don't see a programmer living in there. I did think about a rocket scientist, but we don't really have a rocket ship on this lot, so that wouldn't work. But, you know, let me know what you think about that. And then the last one, the red house, is for a fisherman. And there's only room for one Sim in the red house, by the way, because there is only one single Sim bed that's also up against the wall. Not that it makes a difference, but there's only a single Sim bed in there. I did make sure to place some stuff for a dog, though, so the fisherman does have a dog, which I thought would be kind of cute. Also, considering dogs can swim in water now, and it's so adorable, so I think I'm gonna playtest this lot with a dog at some point, just to kind of see the dog swimming around in the ocean, because it's just adorable. But anyway, so that's basically it for this lot. That's the amount of Sims you can have living on this lot. 5 total, and then a dog. I suppose you could make room for a cat as well if you can place the litter box somewhere, possibly outside somewhere. There's not really a lot of space left in the houses, because I really tried to clutter them up as much as possible, fit in as much furniture as possible, and yeah, just make them very like crammed and cozy and homey and all that stuff. You know my style by now. So we've actually begun with the interior in the yellow house. So this is the first house that we're decorating out of the 3, and this is the one that I said is for a musician or like a musician couple, because it has room for 2 Sims total. So as you can see, there's a double bed and your Sims can access it on either side of the bed. So there should be room for 2 Sims. I don't really know if it's really for a musician. I kind of see a musician living in here just because it's so colorful and free in a way. It's a little bit quirky, a little bit bohemian as well. I did add a few touches with both the couch here and also the table, the dining table, and other than that, it's just kind of like tropical. Of course, we're in Sulani. But I did place the electrical keyboard over by one of the walls, or over against one of the walls right here, actually. First, I tried to place the easel, and then I realized that you can't really do that in A-framed houses. Like, right at the edge of the house, or you know, like, you know what I mean, hopefully at the like at the edge of the frame of the house, because it'll go through the window, because there is a big, like, I did make sure that they had a lot of window in the roofing so that we could get a lot of light in here. No, it's not realistic because it would be freaking hot in this house, considering we have so much sun shining on this, or these three houses actually, all day, and it's probably really hot outside as it is already. Windows of this size don't really help, so it's kind of like living in a greenhouse a little bit, and you know, that's not really... If you walk into a greenhouse during the summer, it's not the best feeling. It's very, very hot in there because of the windows. So it's not the most realistic build, but I just wanted as much light in here as possible, and also so they could sit, you know, at the window and look out into the, or onto the beautiful nature during the evenings or something. That would be so cozy and so nice. So I decided to go the unrealistic route today. Just ignore it. Your Sims will not melt in these houses. I promise you guys. They'll be just fine. They won't be having heat strokes or anything. I also made sure to put the thermostats in all three houses actually, so if it does get cold outside, they can turn up the heat, and also if it gets too warm, they can turn it down as well. So just FYI, I did make sure that if you do play with seasons, they have the thermostats in the houses. So yeah, just want to, you know, point that out, and it should work fine. I think I play tested it on my very first A-frame, which was the one in Granite Falls, and as far as I remember, it did change the temperature in the house, so it should work here as well. I don't see why it wouldn't. But yeah. And also the bathroom, by the way, or the whole setup of the bathroom, so where the shower is, and also the sink and the toilet, it's the exact same in the White House as well. That's just, it's the smallest bathroom I know how to make. So I don't know how to make like a three, or how do you say, like a 3-tile bathroom, but I can do with 3.5 tiles total. So I did leave out the sink in the kitchen as well. That counts for every single one of the houses, or the other 2 houses as well, just because I know that your Sims can just go to the sink in the bathroom and use that one instead. So it's just to save a little space, like a whole tile, which is a lot of space in a tiny house as well. So sometimes I'll just, when building tiny houses, I'll just leave out the sink in the kitchen just because I know that they can use it in the bathroom. I suppose that you can leave out the sink in the bathroom as well and then just put it in the kitchen, but that would mean you'd only need like 2 tiles or 3 tiles actually for the bathroom to work, so you just got room for... Oh no, I just remembered. I actually don't know if dogs can bathe in the ocean or if they need to bathe in a bathtub. That might become a problem. But if that's the case, I'm sure you can move a few things around in the red houses, that sounds weird, in the red houses bathroom, to make sure that there's a bathtub, because there's actually no bathtub in there right now. I did not think about that while building, but I'm hoping that the dog maybe can bathe in the ocean instead. I actually want to know. I kind of want to playtest that afterwards. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to make a dog dirty and then bathe it in the ocean and see if it works or something. Yeah, definitely let me know if you have, if you've playtested that already. Let me know if it works, because that would solve my little problem here. Otherwise, I'll just go back before uploading it to the gallery and swap something out with the bathtub so that the dog can still be clean. But yeah, we moved on to the interior in the White House. So it's also weird saying the White House, because that's not really... I don't want to call it the light brown house either, because that's too long. I'm just going to stick with White House, but it sounds weird. So, as you can see, we're going for a lot of black and white in here. There's a little bit of like a light brown tone as well, both with the wallpaper, but also in the kitchen I decided to go with light brown counters too, so there's a little bit of light brown there as well. And hopefully you can see what I mean with the whole, like, I'm trying to keep it a little bit more stylish, a little bit more clean in here. So I was really, I don't know, I was really trying. Plus I really like the setup of this bedroom. It's the same kind of setup that I went for with the mermaid cottage, or the mermaid shack, I think I called it. So it's kind of like having a bedroom outside, I suppose, because these windows are not actually windows. There's no glass in them. So they're open, which means that there's nothing blocking the air from coming into the bedroom. But they don't work like that in The Sims. They work like proper windows, at least if they work the same way as the open windows that we got with cats and dogs, because those don't change the temperature of the house that you use them in or the room that you use them in. So if it's cold outside and you're using the thermostat and you set it to warm, it'll still be warm in the room, at least as far as I'm aware, as far as I remember. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of like having an open bedroom, but it's still play-wise, gameplay-wise, it should still be fine. It should be completely okay, but I've realized that realistically, it's probably not the nicest thing to sleep outside every single day. You're kind of sleeping, I don't know, I just think it looks really pretty, like having these open windows and then the curtains in front of them and the bedroom in there. I don't know, I just really like it. I think it looks pretty, so I styled it that way. I just remember getting some comments about it on the Mermaid Shack and I thought it was a little bit funny. I don't know, I feel like the mermaid wouldn't mind, considering she's a mermaid, like she's very outdoorsy as it is, so why would she mind sleeping outside? Not sure about this household though, but they don't have a choice now. I suppose you could change out the windows if you want to. You could use some of the other ones that we got, but I really like the open windows with both the ones that we got with Jungle Adventure that I don't use very often, but I still like them. I also like these ones that we got with, I almost said Tropical Living, Island Living. I just think they're different from the other windows that we have, and it's nice with some variety and stuff. So I also like the Jungle Adventure ones that we have, but like I said, I don't use them very often. You could possibly mix and match those sets of windows, to be honest. Like, I think the Jungle Adventure windows could work in this setting as well. Like, they could work with the Island Living windows that we have. Possibly. I may have to check that out at some point with some kind of build sometime soon. I don't know. But I think maybe the swatches are a little bit different. I'm not fully sure, I don't fully remember, because it's been a while since I used the Jungle Adventure ones. They're not really windows that you use in more suburban houses or farmhouses, which is what I've been building a lot of lately, so especially not with contemporary houses. So it's been a while since I've used them, but I think they may work well here in Sulani, so I'm gonna have to test that out at some point. So, for this bathroom, like I said before, it's basically the same as the other bathroom, but for some reason I could not remember how I did the other bathroom. I just did it in the other house, and yet I was still struggling, and it didn't hit me that maybe I should just like scroll over or roll over to the other house, check the setup, and then just go back and redo it. No, I had to sit here and struggle with the setup and redo the entire thing. Without using my brain apparently. But it turned out fine. The whole bathroom is usable, as you saw. I play tested it on cam as well, so you can see that it works fine, like perfectly fine. Again, you know, you could place the sink in the kitchen if you want to. I decided to leave it out and then just place it in the bathroom instead. So they only have a sink in the bathroom, but your Sims will automatically go to that sink and clean up their dishes and stuff, so it's completely fine. But yeah, like I said before, I leave them out in either the bathroom or the kitchen quite often when doing tiny houses, just because it saves up some space. So I kind of want to do like a 4x4 at some time, because at some point soon maybe, because I don't know, I think it's a little bit challenging. So I don't know, let me know if you want to see that. If you want to see me struggle with a 4x4, that would be a lot of fun. Or a 5x5. Be generous, give me that extra space. A 5x5, I could possibly do something with that. But let me know if that's something you want to see. If not, then that's completely fine too. I am still kind of stuck in the mindset of Sulani, so there'll be a lot of builds up in this world over the next couple of weeks. I've said that in my past speed build as well, but I really love it because it's so different from any of the other worlds that we have, and just the whole like building on stilts, and it's over the water, and it's a whole different style from what we're used to, and I just really like it. It's a lot of fun trying to explore this kind of architecture, I suppose. I still need to build something on the volcano lot, or the lot next to the volcano, because I haven't actually touched that one yet. And then there's another one which is in Ohanali, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but there's another lot that's not near the water, and it's kind of like, because there's 4 total that's not actually water lots, I think 4, possibly 5, And the one that I'm talking about in that area of the world is like far away from the beach. The rest are kind of close to the beach, but that specific lot is on the other side of a road as well. I think I'm gonna build a starter house on that lot actually. So, because this world is going to be in the save file, by the way, so I do want to make sure that there is at least one starter house somewhere in the world, and I think I'm gonna plop it down on that lot. So those of you who have been asking for a starter house, I am planning on building one. I just don't know when. I have so many plans, I have so many ideas written down in my planner right now. It's ridiculous, and I don't have enough time. So I will get around to it at some point. But yeah, there will be a starter house somewhere. Also, just ignore what's going on with the floor here. There's a glitch, and you probably saw it in my last speed build as well. Sometimes the floor will just disappear in certain spots, in certain rooms, and I don't really know what to do about it. Hopefully they'll fix it sometime soon, because it does look a little bit freaky now and then. You can kind of see through the entire world. It's very blue, and it's like endless, and it's a little bit weird. So I hope that they fix it sometime very, very soon, just because it's a little bit distracting when you're trying to build. But I just ignore it for now. It's a glitch. It's not something that's wrong with my build. It's just a glitch with the whole game or the whole new world. I don't know if it's because they introduced new foundations or if it's something to do with Sulani specifically, because I haven't actually touched the other worlds since I got my hands on this pack. So no idea if it's happening in the other worlds, but hopefully they've noticed and they're fixing it soon. So I have heard that they're going to, I think one of the gurus tweeted that they're going to update the game sometime very soon. So there are some glitches that they're fixing in an upcoming patch already, so that's going to be good. I don't know if this is one of them though, but I'm kind of hoping that it is, because like I said, it's a little bit distracting now and then, so. But now we moved on to the fisherman's A-frame house. So this is the last one. This is the red one, and this is actually, I think this might be my favorite one of the three. Possibly this, or I don't know, there's only three and I still can't choose. I don't really know. I'm very self-critical when it comes to building. Does that make sense? Do you guys ever get that? Like, when you go back to a house that you build, maybe like last week, and you're just casually scrolling around in the build or looking at what you did or whatever, and you're just hating on everything? That's me. I do that with every single build. And it's probably not good, but I don't know which one is my favorite. I think this one might be. This one might be. I don't know. It's just cute. It's got personality. It's a little bit quirky. So I also went for quite a lot of colors in here. I decided to mix a lot of red, which obviously came from the exterior of the build with the red paneling, and then I put some blue in here as well. I don't know why I went with red and blue. I think it's because I already used red, yellow, and orange in the first house. So I wanted to go for a different kind of color scheme, because usually I like yellow and red together and then just put a little bit of orange in it as well, so it's not just red and yellow, but I didn't want to go for the same color scheme, so I decided to add some blue instead. It's a little bit of a weird one, but I think it works still. It's blue as the water and it's a fisherman, so you know, there's the logic behind it, but or something. But I don't know, I like it together. I think it's a little bit different from what I usually do at least, and it's just very decorated in there, very quirky, and I like the thought of him having, I say him, but it could be a woman as well. But I like the thought of the fisherman having a dog, like a little old dog. I think that'll be really cute. The bathroom that I did is probably my favorite out of all the three bathrooms, because the other two are basically just the same bathroom, and there's not really much going on in those bathrooms. But this one I actually like, even though it's very, very open. I just chose to put in an archway from the rest of the house to the bathroom, and then I hung these sequin things from City Living in front of the door, and don't worry, your sim will just walk through them. I did playtest it, so I playtest tiny houses as I'm building, by the way. So if you see my sim just plopping up somewhere, it's because I've been playtesting something. And I don't know, it works for me when I do it while I'm building. It just makes it a lot easier, I suppose, and then I don't have to go back and change all these things because I can just do it at the same time. It doesn't really make sense, but it works for me when I playtest as I'm building. So it's just got an archway to the bathroom, and then there's one of these big open windows at the back, but that fisherman is not afraid of, you know, people walking by when they're showering. It's completely fine or something. I don't fully know. I just liked it. I think it looked really cute and open and stuff, so yeah. I mean, we do have the opportunity to make nudist beaches now. Just saying, so they could be into that sort of thing. I won't be building one of those, by the way. I did see some people requested it, but I won't be building one of those because of YouTube. So I'm not really sure if that's like a no-no on YouTube, so I'm not gonna go there just because of the name. Hopefully that's understandable for you guys, for those of you who have been asking for a nudist beach, I'm sorry, it's not happening on my channel. So you could take any beach though. I am planning on building one next week, and you could take that and just give it the lot trade nudist beach, or what's it, optional, clothing optional? I think that's what it's called, clothing optional, and then just plop that on that lot and it should be fine. They should just, you know, turn up not wearing clothes. So yeah, but I won't be building one that's specifically a nudist beach, just so you know. But anyways, we are getting to the end of this build, so if you like it, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!